Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. This your brother Quan Wath, coming with a quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to touch on, man, that wicked seed, the wicked seed line is going to be uprooted, man. It's going to be completely done away with. All their ways, all the customs, the philosophies, everything of the wicked is going to be uprooted, and the righteous seed is going to be planted and allowed to flourish, man. Salakia. So I'm going to start here in the Webster's Dictionary with the definition of uproot. And it reads, to remove as if by pulling up, to pull up by the roots, to displace from a country or traditional habitat. Right. So, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is coming to remove Esau Edom, the so-called white race from power, man. He's coming to destroy all their wicked philosophies and imaginations, man. To pull up from the roots. So that foundation, that wicked foundation that was laid, the blood and the Israelite bodies that this land was built on, the lies and deception, rape, rob, and murder that this land was built on, that whole wicked root is gonna be pulled up, man. But I wanted to go down here because I was reading on into the synonyms, right? So these are the synonyms for uproot: exterminate, extirpate, and eradicate. Hey, Esau about to be eradicated, man. Wickedness is about to be eradicated. So it reads, mean to affect the destruction. It's like it. Uproot mean to affect the destruction or abolition of something. So this place is about to be destroyed, man. Abolished. It's gonna be completely done away with, man. The exterminate implies complete and immediate extinction. Ooh. By killing off of all individuals, man. And who's that all, man? That's all the wicked, man. That Job 9:24, man. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. That wicked being Esau Edom, man. Malachi 1:4. The border of wickedness, man. Being Esau or being Edom. Let's see. The extirpate implies the extinction of a race, a family, species, or sometimes an idea or doctrine by destruction or removal of its means of propagation. So, hey, how about Shema Shai is coming to destroy and remove all traces and semblances of these wicked ideas and doctrines, man, of these philosophies, man. Because he's tearing it up from the roots, the foundation, man. Its means of propagation, the means by which it was spread, are going to be completely and utterly destroyed. Continuing on, eradicate implies the driving out or elimination of something that has established itself. And who's established himself, man? Esau has established himself, as the ruling power, man. They've perpetrated themselves as the royal people, the chosen. It's like it, as the chosen people. They've perpetrated themselves and established that. That's why they're in our homeland right now, man. Those goddamn 48ers are polluting the land as we speak, But they're about to be eradicated, man. Like I said, the driving out or elimination of something that has established itself. So that wicked root is about to be, torn up, man. And it's about to be completely done away with. So let's get a few scriptures real quick. I don't want to make this too long. Let's start here in Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads, Jeremiah 1 and 10. See, I have this day, it's like, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down all hey, all those same synonyms, man. All the eradicate, man. To what was the other one? It's like it. Extirpate, exterminate. You know, all these things, man. They're about to be rooted out, pulled down, destroyed, thrown down. And why is that? To build and to plant. And what's being planted, man? That righteous seed, man. The righteous seed is going to be planted, which has already been planted through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. But it's going to be allowed to grow, you know? It's going to be allowed to reach its it's like it's full potential, man. It's full growth, you know? We can't, Lord willing, we be of that number. We can't be fully righteous in this kingdom, man, because it's founded in wickedness, man. So in order to be fully righteous, we need a righteous kingdom. And in order for that righteous kingdom to come in, we need the end of the wicked kingdom, man. Scriptures say, Salakia, Esau was the end, and Jacob was the beginning of it that followed, man. So, we're waiting on the end of this place so that the righteousness can be brought back, man, and be reestablished. Let's get Proverbs chapter 2. And Salakia. I'll start in verse 21. Proverbs 2 and 21. And for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. Right. So after all this is destroyed, America's going to be a barren wasteland, but the rest of the world is going to be inhabitable. But all the wickedness is going to have to be purged out of it. But after it's all been done, the perfect shall remain. The upright shall dwell in the land, man, that righteous seed. Continuing on, verse 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth. Who's the wicked, man? Job 9 and 24. Malachi 4, it's like a 1 and 4, man. Let me get that in my sword real quick. I'll get that Job first. This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And who covered the faces, man? Who did that iconoclasm? Who portrayed themselves as the Most High, man? Esau, Edom, the wicked, the true, the devil, man, that deceiver. Let's get that Malachi 1 and 4. The so-called white man. For those who who need to put it a little more bluntly. Let's see. This is Malachi, Salakia, chapter 1, verse 4. Actually, let me pull it up on here, Salakia, because I wanted to get into a definition. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. That righteous anger, man, forever. That's why it reads in Obadiah that they're gonna be thrown into a pit after that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, slavery. They're gonna be thrown in that pit and burned up, and Edom, the seed line of Edom, is gonna be done away with entirely. But even going to 2/3 of our people, that wickedness that has to be rooted up, it exists in them, man, because they're likened unto the heathen, because they've taken on these customs, man. They've made that their lifestyle. So that has to be purged out as well. They won't be done away with entirely, but on this side they're gonna have to be burned, in order to receive the kingdom, because they're not coming back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So they have to, they're reserved for judgment. But let's get back. It's like I wanted to get that definition. Let's see. So the border. So it says border, territory, enclosed within a boundary, region, territory of darkness. A territory of darkness, man. That's the beginning of wickedness, man. That's Esau, Edom, man. That's that same spirit that came on the serpent, the same spirit that was in Cain, that went into Esau and has been permeated throughout the rest of these Edomites. You know, that's the territory of darkness, man. That's how you know who the wicked is, as well as knowing who controls the world, man. Going back to Job 9:24, but going back to Psalm, or it's like Proverbs chapter 2 and 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. And what's the transgressions, man? Transgressing the law, man. You know, 2/3 are the transgressors. You know, these Edomites can't. They're not subject to the law because they can't. They're not the chosen people. But Israelites are the ones who are supposed to be following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. But when you're transgressing the law, what's that? What's your fate? You're gonna be rooted out of the world, man. You know, on this side, you're gonna be rooted out. You're gonna be burned up, man. Let's get because the Lord sees us as a degenerate plant, man. 2/3 are seen as a degenerate plant. Salakia. This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and Salakia. Is that right? I think let's keep going. Salakia. God, Jeremiah chapter 2. And I'll start I'll get to the point, 2 and 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, a holy, a right seed. Right, so that righteous seed, that's what we were intended to be, man. You know, that's what our forefathers were, you know, before they went off. You know, we were the righteous seed, you know, the chosen people, man, that chosen lineage. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right, so our people were turned into a degenerate plant, man, a useless vine, man. You know, scriptures say how, you know, 2/3 will be, you know, gathered up and burned, you know, like how when you trim plants and you cut off the dead branches, you throw them off to the side and you burn them, you know, and that's how 2/3 are gonna be, man. That's why I read that the transgressors, back in Proverbs, those transgressors will be rooted out, man. You know, because only Israel can transgress the law, right? Because only Israel is subject to sin. And what's sin? Transgression of the law. Let's get back to. Actually, let's see. Let's get this in Wisdom of Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and I'll start in verse 15. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. Right, so the fruits of wisdom, man, the fruits of good works. What's the good works? Good labors? That's doing these works, man. The works of faith, man. Teaching and preaching, man. Feeding the sheep, man. Being brotherly, you know, helping the prophets. You know, that's the works of faith. You know, that's the true works, man. It says, then the root of wisdom shall never fall away, right? So the root of wisdom, the root of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will never fall away, man. That root will lead to immortality. Continuing on. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. Right. So that's all. That's the fate of that unrighteous seed line, man. Esau's seed line is destined for ultimate destruction. You know, after their hardcore bondage, but even on this side, 2/3, that unrighteous seed line, man, that the children of adulterers. What's that adultery, man? That spiritual adultery. Going after other idols and following all these false philosophies and false gods. They shall not come to their perfection, right? So you're not going to reach your pinnacle. You're not going to be able to say that you made it in this society, man. That's part of the curses, man. So like here. And the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. So that the fruits of this wickedness, the fruits of the wickedness of Esau and the wickedness of our people will be rooted out, man, and destroyed. Now 2/3 will come back in the kingdom, but they're gonna have that shame because they'll understand. They'll be in their right minds and they'll understand that they were going off heavy, man. And all they had to do was come back to Yahweh Shai. And Esau is gonna be thrown into that pit and burned up and done away with forever. So the point, man. That wicked seed line will be uprooted, man. Let's go back to that definition before I close out. So this is the definition, or these are the synonyms. We'll say the synonyms for uproot, right? So it reads: exterminate, extirpate, eradicate, uproot, mean to effect the destruction or abolition of something. Exterminate implies complete and immediate extinction by killing off all individuals. That's heavy, man. The Lord is bringing mass death, man. You read that in what is Isaiah 63? Salakia. Let me pull it up on my sword. God, it reads Isaiah 63:1, man. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, travailing in the greatness of his strength, that I have in the righteousness mighty to save. But that red in thine apparel, man, or that dyed garments of Basra means his figuratively speaking, his clothing was drenched in blood, man. And why? Because he's bringing mass death to this place, man. Death in great numbers, man. I'll keep reading. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have tread in the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in mine fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain my raiment, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Right, so the Lord is coming to bring mass death, man. He's shit, man. Hey, here's another. Hold up. This is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword, and what's that fire, man? Those nuclear missiles, man. And the sword, starting with Esau, Edom, and then, all these other, ways of death that the Lord has created, man. And by the sword, and by his sword, will the Lord plead with all flesh, with all flesh. So if you're not of the elect, man, hey, duck. You better duck, because he chopping off heads, man. Hey, but it's unavoidable, man. You're not going to be able to avoid the wrath of Yahweh Shai unless you're of this elect number, man. Lord willing, we all are. All us brothers, all you sisters that listen, Lord willing, we're of that elect number. Continuing on. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. The slain of the Lord shall be many, man. So getting back to these synonyms, man. Let's get to exterminate. implies complete and immediate extinction by killing of all individuals, man. All individuals, man. All the wicked are going to perish. They're going to be rooted out in all their wicked ways, man. Going into this next one, the extirpate implies extinction of a race, Esau Edom, family, Esau Edom, species, Esau Edom, and sometimes an idea or doctrine, right? So all these wicked philosophies, these false religions, these idols, these false gods, this witchcraft, all this madness is going to be extirpated, man. It's going to be made extinct, all right? Or sometimes an idea or doctrine by destruction or removal of its means of propagation. And that word propagation goes into the way it's spread. And how is it spread, man? Through this man's media, is his witchcrafts, right? So the means of propagation is Esau, man. So all that wickedness, the means of propagation is going to be done away with completely, uprooted. Going back to the title. Eradicate implies the driving out or elimination of something that has established itself, right? So Esau is going to be completely driven out and eliminated, man. hey, I'll close with that, man. Lord willing, this is a edifying lesson, to those that hear it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, wa, Kwame Yasharala, wa, Abad Babal. Hey, DTA soon. We almost home. Shalom.